Let's try that again. Testing 1, 2. Hello, everyone. Good morning. This is Josh Nelson from Sox Machine, and today is our 32-team fantasy baseball league draft. It's going to start around 10 in the morning Central Time, which of course is Chicago. Hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. We got regular season baseball coming up on Thursday, so I'm sure many of you who do play fantasy baseball already have your leagues figured out. You may be in a 10-team, 12-team league. This is our 32-team league. And if you're not familiar with the format for our league, why 32 teams? This is a great social experiment because Major League Baseball wants to expand to 2 new markets. Do you have enough quality players right now in Major League Baseball to merit expansion? And I think from a money perspective, ready or not, does not matter. Major League Baseball will expand at some point soon. I think this is the longest the league has gone without expansion in history. So it's been a while since they added teams. And we are not going to be selecting 26 players for each team. So it's not a apples to apples comparison. I think we are going to be drafting like 20 players. So each team's about 6 players short. But it gives us the idea, like with what's currently on hand in Major League Baseball, is there enough quality to go around for 32 teams? Obviously, it doesn't take into consideration free agency or trades. In reality, you're still going to have the Dodgers being on the very top and the expansion teams going to struggle with whatever's left over, what teams make available in an expansion draft. But let's say you had a complete reset and everyone was available. That's what we are going to attempt to do today. My team are the Bridgeport Corgis in honor of my dog, Frankie, which if you follow me on social media, you've seen plenty of Frank. Over the years, he's chilling by my feet right now. He's going to give me sage fantasy baseball advice. I have the 9th overall pick. So you could either make fun of me watching the live stream, or if you watch this later on in the recording, all of the mistakes that I have possibly made. I don't know exactly what is the best draft strategy coming up this year for fantasy baseball. In the past, I've loaded up heavy on position players. Another year, I loaded up on pitchers. Last year, I was trying to take a more balanced approach. And this isn't random. This draft order is based on rank for last year. So, yeah, I'll have to figure out on the fly what's going to be the best way for me. And I'm already being told that the audio is scratchy. I'm not sure what that means. 1 second here. All right. Yeah, this could be Zoom. I'm using Zoom to live stream. So if the audio, uh, if the audio is a problem, the audio on the stream is hella wonky, is what I am getting in the draft room. Okay, let me see what I can do to fix that. See if there's something between. Okay, much better. Okay. All right, hooray! Gotta love bugs. So thank you for the feedback. Let me know if the audio gets bad again, because I can't hear it in my headset, of course. So, anyways, we're 1 minute away. Actually, we're 12 seconds away from the fantasy baseball draft starting in 2026 for the 32-team Sox Machine League. And, yeah, I'm looking at number 9. Number 9's Paul Skeens. I don't know, guys. Well, the first one went to Shohei Ohtani. Shocker. I'm feeling Aaron Judge is going to be next. Yeah, Aaron Judge. There he goes. The teams that are in green are live in the draft. The teams that are in white will auto draft. That's the other question we get frequently. 32-team league. Oh, my God. How long does it take you to draft? A week? No. All right, Bobby Witt Jr. So position players so far, very heavy on position players. And as we pause here, once the auto draft kicks in for teams, it'll be like instantly. Last year, somebody got really screwed over with the auto draft, just constantly taking pitchers that were going to be having Tommy John surgery. All right. And thank you, Mitchell, on the YouTube live stream for letting me know about the audio. Appreciate you. All right. 20 seconds before it kicks in. I feel like Ronald Acuna Jr. is going to have a monster season. I don't know 40-40, but he looked so good during the World Baseball Classic. I doubt he's going to get to me, but that's kind of the guy I'm circling right now. So Paul Skeens, okay. First pitcher off the board. I picked number 5. Brooks Baldwin with Jose Ramirez. Brooks Baldwin's boys. Hopefully Brooks can throw a baseball. I'm kind of concerned right now. This is a big day for spring training as Garrett Crochet goes off the board. So we've had 2 pitchers go in the top 7 picks. And Tarek Skubal is the best player according to Fantrax, which thank you, Fantrax, for allowing this type of software for fantasy baseball to fully customize. They're not sponsoring this live stream. Maybe I can talk to them in doing so next year. But it's the only way that you could have a custom league like this for 32 teams. Obviously, ESPN would laugh at me if I approached them. So I'm coming up next. The 2 best players available are Tarek Skubal and Ronald Acuna. I had Elly De La Cruz last year. That kind of burned me. But in the second round, I drafted Cal Raleigh, and that really helped me. But I still finished in the bottom 10 of the league. All right. 2, 1. Who goes off? Tarek Skubal. All right. Ronald Acuna, welcome to the Bridgeport Corgis, man. 40-40 season. Let's go. All right. And there goes Elly De La Cruz. Watch. Elly De La Cruz is the one that goes 40-40 for Bud Black Metal. We have some great team names, especially White Sox team names. I'm not going to lie, the Han Dynasty, every time I look at it with that goofy-ass face. But Drake LaRoche, great name. That's been the name for a few years. Happy 10th anniversary to Adam LaRoche's retirement. All right. So we got a couple teams not in the draft room currently. So the auto draft coming up here. So I got pick 24. And Yoshinobu Yamamoto is the 24th ranked prospect player according to Fantrax. And it's been the draft chat that it sounds like auto draft is going to take pitchers right away. So Brian Wu is off the board. How do I want to... I should probably... What's going to be my strategy? And hold on, I can bring that up for those that don't know. So we got the standard 10 categories. And I don't think... we have changed the scoring. All right, so let me bring this bad boy over for those watching the live stream. So as far as our scoring, home runs, RBIs, runs scored, stolen bases, on base percentage, instead of just like walks. Include some hit by pitches as well. So those are the 5 offensive categories. Pitching wise, quality starts. So instead of innings, we want to reward teams that take pitchers that go at least 6 innings and allow 3 or fewer runs. Strikeouts, earned run average, saves and holds. This is really key for our league to combine those into one category because you could load up on middle relievers. That is a particular strategy. Like Mike Vasil last year was really key because obviously he goes 100 innings, but you can depend on him and you can just leave him in as far as in your pitching rotation. And then whip. So those are 5 hitting and 5 pitching. So stolen bases are pretty important. Ronald Acuna is, I like that pick. Home runs and stolen bases. Maybe that's what I should focus on. Starting pitching. Who can remain healthy, I think that's the key. I've got Eno's cheat sheet somewhere. Did I lose it? Yeah, I got it right here. So this is Eno Saris. Give Eno a plug. On The Athletic, Eno came up with what he thinks are the best starting pitchers. I think Christopher Sanchez is still available. He is. So Eno would say he's got Sanchez over Yamamoto. Eno would say, yeah, Sanchez, Yamamoto, Hunter Brown. Oh, he's got Max Fried over Logan Gilbert. Brian Wu had 9th, but he went 3rd overall. Chris Sale, blessed. That man, still a top 10. Still a top 10 pitcher. Cal Raleigh off the board. I did get a question in the draft chat. Is Frankie a Corgi? Frankie is a Corgi mix. Yes, sir. All right, hold on. Let me set this up. I think I might go pitcher at pick 24. Yamamoto, Brown, Max Fried, Gilbert, Sale. Seattle should be really good, right? I mean, they have a loaded rotation. I feel like this is the year. They can't make it to the World Series this year. I don't know when they're going to make it to the World Series. Yuri Perez. Wow. Eno might be the high guy on Perez. Kyle Bradish back. Reagan's. Okay. Jacob deGrom, I just don't know. I worry about innings with deGrom. Peralta. Okay. This is enough of a queue. I got 13 pitchers loaded up. Let's try a balanced approach. Do you like Jazz? Jazz off the board. Tatis went a little longer than I was expecting. So it's the Stone Pony's turn. Right now, Fantrax would say Kyle Schwarber is the best, but he went Junior Caminero. What a World Baseball Classic for Caminero. I like that pick. A lot of position players to start. So it's Vec as in Rec. Oh, you know, I don't have... Okay, so I have pick 24 in the second round, which really is pick 33. No, it's not. Because there's 32 teams. I'll figure it out how many more picks away I am. Hold on. I'm 34 picks until my turn. Okay. So I don't know why I was looking at Sanchez. He's not going to get to me. So that means I had pick 42. And, all right, I'm swimming in the Bryce terrain, Roman Anthony, Logan Webb, Max Fried. Okay. Those are the waters I'm really swimming in. There's Yamamoto, Jackson Churio. Churio's another one I feel like is going to have a big season. Schwarber definitely helps you with home runs and on base percentage. Ooh, Ketel Marte. See, Springfield Isotopes, you got to worry about this team. They crush every year. They're always one of the top ranked teams. And taking the most productive offensive second baseman, which is second base is such a weak position in Major League Baseball today. That's why when everybody's like worrying about for the White Sox in the future, if they do take Rock Chalowski and you got Billy Carlson, and if they can manage to hold on to Colson Montgomery. But like I'm gonna bring it up here with production last year for second baseman, and this is for like those who I can change it instead of like qualified for the batting title. Let's just like 200 plate appearances. So not even like full-time starters. But if I bring up, because I just really want to make this point here. Okay. 19 second basemen in Major League Baseball with at least 200 plate appearances were a league average or better hitter. And Lenyn Sosa is one of those. With his 22 homers last year, he was 100. So it's fair to say at second base throughout the 30 team league that we currently have, maybe a little more than half will have league average offensive production at that position. It's an issue. It's always been it's tough. Second base has always been known as your typical leadoff guy, slappy hitter, grindy. But when you have someone like Ketel Marte who can hit 30 homers for you, that's a huge boost for Arizona at that position. Like that is a big advantage for them. And that's why like Chase Maedroth is fine. If Chase gets to 100 weighted runs, create a plus this year offensively, great. But from a White Sox perspective, this is why we're paying a lot of attention to Sam Antonacci, because if Maedroth does struggle, I could see switch to Antonacci pretty quickly here. All right. I'm also keeping track on Twitter of any news. Passan just tweeted that a Braves 20-year-old has made their bullpen. That's big time. For the White Sox, we're waiting to see who's going to be part of the outfield. Can Brooks Baldwin throw a baseball? Is the question. And we are now in the second round. Manny Machado made it to the second round. Hunter Brown made it to the second round. So the teams that are drafting later are the teams that obviously fared well last year. And they do kind of have an advantage here because they know that they're going to have 2 top 50 picks. Hell, they're going to have 2 top 35 picks for the next season. So while they may never get like Ohtani or Judge, they can kind of build on some early depth. So that's why they can get a quality starting pitcher and still get a quality position player. It's going to be a while before they pick again. But it's a good start to building a roster. And like Springfield, like Ketel Marte and Trey Turner. Love those picks. If this was a real baseball team, I worry about your defense up the middle. But I know offensively you'll be fine. If Brian Bannister stays with the Chicago White Sox long term, I could see Logan Webb one day pitching for the White Sox. Brian Bannister loves Logan Webb. Loves Logan Webb. Uh-oh. Mr. Teal, your girl. Lord, forgive me for what I'm about to do and drafts Pete Crow Armstrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, it's fantasy baseball. It's okay. You're allowed to draft Cubs players. Now, which PCA are you getting? Are you getting first half PCA or are you getting second half PCA? Second half PCA offensively was POS. So it's kind of a dice roll, but I still like it because first half PCA was on a tear. Nick Kurtz and Jarian Duran. All right, so you got some power, you got some OBP, Duran, you get some stolen bases. Let's see what Vekas and Rec does here. To Chris Sale. And in Bud Black Metal mentioning that my nephew's favorite player is PCA. I bet there are a lot in Chicagoland area that a lot of kids love PCA. He does a great job as far as with fan interaction. And yeah, I think Cubs fans are gonna love PCA. Chris Sale and Jacob deGrom in the same rotation. So Vekas and Rec loading up and starting pitching. Matt Olson, solid pick. He plays every single day. I like that pick. The John Triffin picture. I haven't heard him say Southside stand up in a while, though. Maybe we hear it on opening day if the White Sox beat the Milwaukee Brewers next Thursday. Reminder, that game is at 1 p.m. Central Time. So early start for the White Sox. All right. The best player available according to Fantrax right now is Bryce Harper. Big moment of the World Baseball Classic, but that was really the only moment he had, other than downplaying the World Baseball Classic for the Olympics. Which, I don't even know if Bryce Harper... Do you want Bryce Harper in the Olympic team in 2 years? It'd be 2 years older than what he currently is right now. I feel like Team USA can find a better first baseman than Bryce Harper in 2 years. Especially if it's the Olympics and Olympic baseball, because of my credentials through covering college baseball, we at Sox Machine can get an opportunity to cover the Olympic baseball for the 2028 Olympics. And baseball is going to be played July 15th to the 20th, which could be the All-Star break in that season, as I have to get ready here because I am the next pick. And if I want a starting pitcher, George Kirby's not like dead, right? Is he alive? I feel like he's alive. Actually, I'm going against the grain. I'm going to take Framber Valdez. And I'm taking Valdez because him pitching in Detroit, I think, is going to be a big boost. A big boost. Okay. So let's move over here. And I've got 14 picks. So let's load up on some position players here. If they don't get taken as I'm selecting them. Man, Mason Miller is way up there. Man, a lot of good position players taken. No, I don't know about Nimmo in Texas. Luis Robert, 110. Yeah, I'll throw Perez in there. All right, I got 8 picks. Okay. I've got 1 pitcher left from Eno's board, so I may have to update that. All right, there goes Mason Miller. First reliever. All right, and Dylan Cease did go. Okay, Spencer Strider. Eugenio Suarez, big moment for him in the World Baseball Classic. All right, there you go. All right. 3 picks left. No, I don't. No, not Pasquantino. I would not take Pasquantino. All right, my pick. You know what? Let's load up on outfielders. All right, Jackson Merrill. Welcome to the Bridgeport Corgis. I don't have to worry about Pasquantino. He got taken before me. Okay. Bregman, Abrams. Okay. 44 picks. I got 9 guys in my queue. Let's add some guys. Well, Tuve don't know about the wrist. Taylor Ward with Baltimore. Interesting. Teosco probably driving 100 RBIs. I like the Baldwin, Drake Baldwin. Stephen Kwan is solid in fantasy baseball because he plays almost every single day and he just gets on base. Torkelson, I don't know about. Like, what are you even getting? Is Trout hurt already? Munetaka Murakami's at third baseman. Where's the first base? Need that position adjustment. I need both. All right, I'll go with. Hold on, I'll add Brian Reynolds. Sure. Chandler Simpson. That's stolen bases, pretty much only, right? I'm gonna add Caglione. I've got a feeling about him this year. Jacob Wilson's going to play every day. Will Smith. Do we think Marcus Semien bounces back? I'll add him. What am I at right now for my queue? I've got 21. Wow, Connor Griffin is way up there. They already sent Dylan Cruz to the minors. Okay. All right, Grisham. Can we hit 30 homers again, bud? Oh, yeah, I'll put in Colson. I still believe in Colson, even though the projection systems don't. All right, so Perez is off the board. Rice, Seager, Munoz, another reliever. Ryan, Diaz. Oh, people are loading up. I mean, you know what? You guys can have closers. I'm going to play the middle reliever game. Kerry Carpenter owns the White Sox, so there's a part of me that's like, maybe. I've always loved having Jake Berger for the home runs, but I feel like I can wait. I like my list right now. Sonny Gray. Okay, hold on. All right. I like my list right now. So we'll see. So I got 36 picks left. Bo Bichette just went off the board. Vec is in rec. Are we going to just take all starting pitchers? He's loading up my pitchers. Okay. Garbage Pride, loading up on position players. I love the strategy. There's really no wrong or right way when it comes to building your team for a 32 team league. I've yet to win this league. I've yet to get to the championship of this league, so I'm still trying to figure it out. So far, I do like the outfield though. Acuna, Merrill, Valdez is my pitcher. You just also have to be a hawk when it comes to the waiver wire. That is key. Just as soon as the waiver wire opens up, if you are dealing with injuries, anyone that's called up. And Fantrax does a really good job of that at adding players from the minor leagues into the system. So if guys do get called up, you can grab them. Hunter Goodman, okay. Pivetta. So you got Schwarber, Webb, and Pivetta. All right, Springfield Isotopes. Are you going to fill out your infield? What's the play here? Looking down the line. Okay, Wyatt Langford went in the second round. Neto, okay. All right, so there goes Soderstrom for my queue. See if Springfield took someone's pick here. The Enchanted Jockstraps. Okay, there's the Drake. Drake Baldwin off the board. Nolan McLean. And I do, I wonder, for the people in the draft room that are watching on live stream, that's back-to-back teams. Starting pitcher, position player. Starting pitcher will be position player in the fourth round. All right, there goes Mizorowski. So, okay. That's 3 starting pitchers in a row. The Brewers have yet to announce their opening day starter, but I think it is going to be Mizorowski. It's off for the White Sox, at least for the first 5 innings. See what the Brewers bullpen has. The Brewers have been pretty strong in that regard. They always figure it out. I give a lot of credit to Milwaukee. You look at their team on paper, and it's like, who are these guys? How is this going to work? But they find a way. They find a way to annoy the Chicago Cubs. Continue to find a way to win the National League Central. Oh, the draft chat is saying that they did announce Mizorowski will start on opening day. That's a fun opening day matchup. Shane Smith against Jacob Mizorowski. All right, so the defending champions have taken 4 position players. And the team that they beat in the championship have also taken 4 position players. So maybe we played this wrong. It's all right. I got 2 out of 3 so far. Who is left on the pitching? I guess there's some... All right, guys. All right, there goes Michael Harris. So 20 picks left, and my queue is 20. All right, excellent. I'll be getting one of these guys. There's Murakami for the first White Sox player drafted. Munetaka Murakami in the 4th round. Springfield. Are we taking a pitcher? They are. Sonny Gray. I think Jobu is next for having all position players. So grab some bench takes. Jose Altuve. I'm going to assume that thumb is okay. That was a reason why I couldn't participate in the World Baseball Classic. All right, Jobu. Well, we'll re-rank these. See, I don't trust Glasnow to stay healthy, but if Glasnow does stay healthy, all right. Oh, did I just lose someone? Oh, no, it didn't go up. Okay, hold on. All right, I think that's my 5 right now. 11 picks away. So there's Kwan. So Garbage Pride, full outfield. Duran, Springer, Kwan. If this was real Major League Baseball, that's a great outfield. Forgetting Evan Marshall with Bryce Terrain and Xavier Edwards. Like, that's going to be, I have a feeling that's going to be good on base percentage and stolen base duo between those two. So Nathan Eovaldi. People are making fun of me because I trimmed the beard off. We're getting close to opening day, guys. Gotta let the beard reset for a full regular season. There's Luis Castillo. Okay, so I don't like, Teoscar, I'm going to move you into my top 5. So Luis Robert, Jim and Maine going with Robert. Has he played in the minors? I know he was about to play. But yeah, Luis Robert in the 4th round. Luis Robert used to go in the 1st round of this draft. All right, Southside stand up. Luke Keyshaw. We're going to have a predictions episode of the podcast coming up with some special guests. One of my bold predictions is that the Minnesota Twins will have the worst record in Major League Baseball in 2026. I have to check the draft rules. I think they still can qualify being in the lottery, but it'd be kind of funny if they don't. if they're like the White Sox, they could be in the top 6 one year, but they can't be in the next year. So to have the worst record and the best you can draft is 10th overall, that would be funny. But I've got a bad feeling about the Minnesota Twins. You can cut this clip if they end up winning the division or even the World Series, but I don't have a great feeling. Willy Adames. Okay, there goes Michael Bush. I'm 2 picks away, so there's Glasnow. And there's Chase Burns. Okay. Guys being taken in my top 5. So I'm the next pick here. And I'll come back to the starting pitching front. Salvador Perez is such a bad catcher, but the dude hits home runs. So Pinos would hate this pick and he'll make fun of me, but let's hit some homers. Salvador Perez, welcome to the Bridgeport Corgis. So I'm 15 picks away, and I got 10 guys. All right. Is this the year that Gavin Williams makes a leap forward? Wait, what's wrong with you, Savage? Oh, he's hurt. Okay. Well, that's not good. Actually, that's great for my Munetaka Murakami Rookie of the Year bet. All right. 10 picks away. I got a good feeling about Mackenzie Gore in Texas. All right. Let's. Oh, Trevor Story went. I'm like, what happened? I had him. Clicked on. All right. So the new guy, Subterranean. How are we doing so far? We got Otani, solid. Kirby, solid. Mason Miller, solid. Trevor Story, and now Marte. I like your team so far, man. Welcome to the league. Off to a good start. There goes Gavin Williams. And there's Colson Montgomery, the second White Sox player taken. 5th round. There's Rushman. I'm 3 picks away. There's Rushman. Okay. So, and Matt McClain. All right. 2 picks away. McGore. So it's either Mackenzie Gore or Robbie Ray for me. Got to add to the starting pitching. Or Tanner Bybee. I should be able to get one of those 3. I kind of like Doggone's team already. Crochet, Gaussman, Austin Riley. Yeah, Teosco, probably good for 100 RBIs, it seems like, again. Michael Caine is the highest rated player. All right, Basualo and Chapman. Okay, Mackenzie Gore. Let's keep it up, man. Hopefully things will fare better for you as far as the wins-loss record. But pitch your butt off in Texas. Mackenzie Gore, welcome to the Bridgeport Corgis. I'm left-handed on the starting pitching front with Valdez and Gore. 45 picks. Adding guys to the queue that I know don't have a chance in hell of reaching me. I feel like guys are already being taken. Andrew Abbott, speaking of, Saris, the meme in the Barrels and Rates podcast, absolutely love it. The Texas Rangers should be good, right? With the starting rotation that they have, I feel like their rotation is really strong. All right. I don't have any infielders. Okay, hold on. First base has been kind of a weird spot, too. Some first baseman in there. How are we looking at second base? All right, we got options at second base. Short, how we looking? Swanson, good. People in Colorado are raving about Tovar this spring training. Now I'm a bit concerned about shortstop. I might have screwed up. Outfield, we're still pretty good. Pages, solid player. Solid player. All right, we got Southside stand up. I'm ready to get burned by Trout. Man, have things changed? Trout was like the automatic number one overall for so long in fantasy baseball. Now he's being taken fifth. Or in the fifth round, I should say. All right, so plenty of relievers. I say that, and 2 relievers get off the board. Okay. All right, my queue is 34. I'm 36 picks away. All right, there you go. I'm taking one of these guys. All right, so there's Swanson. Garbage Pride. I love it. Garbage Pride is going for the offense. 5 position players: Kurtz, Duran, Springer, Kwan, and Alejandro Kirk. So there's Pages. And Sheehan. Loading up on Dodgers, I see. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing. Best team in baseball. Let's see what Torkelson does this year. Looked like he took a pretty big step forward as far as bouncing back. And if you just joined as far as the live stream, again, I have it up here as far as our scoring for this season. Let me enhance. Our scoring. 5 offensive categories: home runs, RBIs, runs scored, stolen bases, on base percentage. Pitching, quality starts. We don't care about wins, losses. Strikeouts, earned run average, saves and holds, and then whip, taking into consideration those walks and hit by pitches. I'll leave it a little zoomed in right now. I'm 28 picks away. We have had 4 consecutive starting pitchers off the board. Chandler, Ray, King, Rasmussen. I like Rasmussen. I hope he can stay healthy. He is one of the more underrated pitchers in Major League Baseball. All right. Barger. I like the position flexibility with Addison Barger. Also great contact hitter. Third base and outfield, that's a nice little combination. 756 OPS. I think he shocks you because he had more than 30 doubles and 20 homers last year. All right, Blake Snell goes in the 5th round. So Snell's still warming up, it sounds like. Okay. Low intensity fastballs on March 12th. So he's still a ways away. So you're hoping that he pitches more than 61 innings. Ah, blessed. There goes my shortstop, Jack Wilson. You know, I'll take the L on that one. That's my bad. I should have taken him earlier. Solid pick. Tyler Saladino's mustache. Solid pick. So there's Varsho. And then we're going around the horn to end the 5th round and go into the 6th. Garrett Cole. When is Cole coming back? Soon, I guess. He's already pitching 2 innings in the minor leagues a couple days ago. So that's his first game. Late May. Okay, Memorial Day weekend. And then Wilson Contreras. But man, if you add Garrett Cole, like if you can count on him to be Garrett Cole, and if he does join the team in late May for Memorial Day weekend for the rest of the season, you got him in the 5th round. I feel like that's good value. All right. Big Hurton. What are we thinking here? Christian Walker. So Big Hurton, no pitchers so far. Walker, Varsho, Yelich, Suzuki, Machado, Lindor. Offensive category is going to be tough against Big Hurton. Are you going the saves hold route? Are you trying to win all 5 offensive categories and then beat us with saves holds? So you always win 6-4, but that's good enough to get you into the playoffs. It makes you really tough to beat in the playoffs. Wondering what the strategy is. 6 position players. That's a deep team. All right, Enchanted Jock Strips time. 3 position players, 2 pitchers. Do they make it? 3 pitchers. Weatherholt. This is someone that I could be really wrong as far as in the draft coverage. I wasn't like thrilled with the idea of the White Sox taking Weatherholt 5th overall based on what I was seeing at West Virginia and him coming up with some injury concerns, and I wasn't crazy about the bat, like the limited power potential. I think like I would say, yeah, I would prefer Hagen Smith over JJ Weatherholt, but Weatherholt's really looked really good as a professional. I don't know if he's a 20 homer guy though, but if he is your second baseman, like I feel more confident in Weatherholt than like what the White Sox have at second base with Maidroth and Antonacci. All right, there goes Bybee. So I got 16 picks left. And I've got 28 guys in my queue. Okay. So there's Reynolds. Now, is Helsley going to be... Yes, he will be used in save situations. Okay. Not sure what to make of Baltimore. They can be frisky, but I don't know if they have enough on hand to be in the top 3 in the American League East. Ranger Suarez, okay. All right, so right now I got Simeon, Grisham, Nola. All right, Edgar Caro, Garbage Pride, taking back-to-back catchers. Okay. Hmm. Gonna try to force us to Trade for one of them maybe later this year. I guess that's also a strategy. I wonder if this league, if you just take like four of the four best catchers and see if anyone makes you an offer. So Gleyber Torres off the board. Yeah, catching is gold. All right, 9 picks away. A lot of pitching. Connor Griffin. Is Griffin going to make the team? Have they announced that yet? %98 of leagues have Connor Griffin rostered. All right, Bubic. Wow. 5 picks away. And my 5 on the board: Semien, Grisham, Nola, Cabrera, and Abbott. Yeah, subterranean homesick alien. I don't know yet. I think with Griffin, we haven't gotten word, but we can get word today. I'm keeping track of what's being announced as final cuts are coming through. White Sox need to figure out what they're doing with Brooks Baldwin. Hold on, the White Sox. Oh, nothing. Okay. 4 picks away. Stott. Akamoto. The Under Restless is saying, where does the Pirates talk an extension right now? Okay. If I was advising Griffin, I'd say no. I don't know if I would. I don't know if I was representing any young players of the Pirates. I don't know if I would sign any type of extension until knowing the future of Paul Skeens. Because if Skeens leaves, I don't know if you still want to be on that team. If Skeens signs an extension and the Pirates still have enough money to offer an extension, then yes. I would advise clients to stay with the Pirates, but I would not sign any type of extension. And if it's merit, if your joining the opening day roster requires you to sign that extension, I don't know. I don't like that. All right. Marcus Semien, let's have a bounce back. Marcus Semien, welcome to the Bridgeport Corgis. All right, so my roster so far: Salvador Perez at catcher, Semien at second. My outfielders are Ronald Acuna Jr. and Jackson Merrill. And my pitchers are Framber Valdez, Mackenzie Gore. All right, 10 picks away. Let's reorganize this. I love starting pitching in fantasy baseball, but it might be time to also start thinking about some relievers. Or I'm really going to struggle in that category, and I'm going to consistently lose like 5.5 to 4.5. All right. Jorge Polanco, first baseman. Also getting second base. Okay. Kyle Teel off the board. So both White Sox catchers are off the board. So 3 White Sox players have been selected. Munetaka Murakami, Colson Montgomery. Also 4, Edgar Caro and Kyle Teal. So 4 White Sox players have already been drafted. All right, Frangos, Mintz. Our guy in Vegas, Kevin McCongle. Now, is McCongle going to make the opening day roster? Jim Callis is really high at McCongle. Like, Callis would say that would be his pick to win Rookie of the Year. If I'm Detroit, I think I take the chance and start the day with start open day with McCongle. That's a deep team, and there's a lot of veterans. So it's not like you're necessarily hiding McCongle, but there's enough support that you're not solely dependent on his production. All right, I'm 2 picks away. I'll be taking a starting pitcher. All right. What are we going to do? Doggone. I have 0 outfielders. I'm following the White Sox strategy. Oh, it's my turn. I'm going to add a White Sox player to my team. Shane Smith. Welcome to the Bridgeport Corgis. Kiss of death. I kind of like my team so far. I got Perez, I got Simeon, I got Acuna, Merrill, Valdez, Gore, Smith. Valencia, all right, good pick. Yeah, I think relievers are gonna fly off the board coming up. It's been pretty steady so far. I'm 42 picks away. Okay. Let's start adding some relievers. Oh, crap. I don't have a shortstop. That's also a problem. Volpe's got a shoulder. Yeah, it can't miss hurt. All right. I mean, it'd be a very bold strategy to have a really bad shortstop. All right. Some starting pitchers are coming off. $39 picks away. Oh man, I don't have a third baseman either. There's still some quality third baseman. Okay, I'm not too concerned about that. Oh, Marcelo is actually going to play second base, but he's got third base eligibility. Okay. All right. Maybe get dual position. That would be kind of nice. Second and third, that helps out maneuver some guys around. 36 picks away. I got 31 guys. All right. We're an hour into the draft, and we're in the 7th round. We're doing all right. I'm just checking some news right now. Get some dope during the draft day. I always like drafting late for fantasy baseball because then you have a better understanding of who's actually going to start. Mark Topkin of the Tampa Bay Times reporting that Cam Boozer, old friend, is not making the team. That continued pipeline between the White Sox and the Rays. Sal off the board. 29 picks away. And I got 31 guys. Okay. One of these guys is going to be on my team. So I feel pretty good about that. Wow, Seth Hernandez, last year's draft pick, put on a show during the big high school tournament in North Carolina last year. Teammate of Billy Carlson. Hit 102.4 miles an hour on a pitch. Wow. Wow. 11 times he threw over 100. That's a big arm. We'll see what the Pirates do with Hernandez. Typically, you need to have them build up, or they're just like relievers if you call them up because he's never pitched more than like 50 innings in a season. But that could be a big arm for them. Kind of why, instead of talking extension with Connor Griffin, like I would try to figure it out with Paul Skeens. It may be a number that would be too high, but at the same time, like there's nothing that's going to deflate that Pirates fan base more than if they have to like trade Paul Skeens because they just can't sign an extension with them. But there's also really no point of Skeens signing a contract extension unless he really loves Pittsburgh and loves being a Pirate. Like Tarek Skubal is going to set the bar. Skeens is going to beat it in free agency. All right, Alvarez off the board. So we're getting to the end of round 7 and then starting round 8. I'm always wary when another player in the league takes the backup catcher of the guy that I selected. I don't know. Perez is probably the DH for the Royals. But yeah, Carter Jensen by Big Hurton late in the 7th round. Wonder if the Royals are going to have split time between Salvador Perez and Carter Jensen, much like the White Sox wanted to have with Teal and Caro. All right, another catcher. 3 catchers in a row. Austin Wells off the board. I don't know, is Wilson Contreras going to be a catcher? Is that back-to-back catchers for Dion DeRestless, or are they just going to keep him at first in Boston? All right. Hey, old friend, Carlos Rodon.
Not going to pitch in spring training. Supposed to make a regular season debut sometime in April without spring training. Okay. Crap. There's Marcelo Mayer. Okay. 19 picks away. I got 29 guys. Okay. Ryan Nelson. No relation, I don't think. No, I don't think so. I think I would have heard about that in Facebook at least. Peter Fairbanks, the White Sox flirted with the idea of Fairbanks during the winter meetings, didn't come to fruition. Said the White Sox got Sir Anthony Dominguez. All right. Logan O'Hoppe for Springfield. Backup catcher's going to be tough. Alec Baum. What's the situation, Philly? Are they still trying to trade him? Well, no, it sounds like Baum might be batting cleanup. So that's a good pick for a good Phillies team. A cleanup hitter in the 8th round. Miguel Vargas off the board. Another White Sox player. Many White Sox players can be drafted in this league. But it's not as dominant in White Sox as you would think. Like, again, the Brewers. Yeah, this is Chad Patrick, starting pitcher. He's going to be in the rotation. Okay. Yeah, Chad Patrick's solid. But around the league, people are like, who is Chad Patrick? And now watch Patrick win 15 games this year. All right, Vec is in rec. What are we doing here? 11 picks away. I don't have a shortstop, so that's why I'm sweating right now. All right, Xander Bogaerts off the board. All right, is Chase going to make the team? All right, it sounds like that he's going to be a lock. Okay. Merrill Kelly. 7 picks away. See, I thought Moreno was going to be like a huge catcher. Well, he still was pretty good last year. Played in 83 games. But after that World Series run for Arizona. All right, there's Bryce here. 1 pick away. All right. Roki Sasaki, probably in the bullpen for the Dodgers. Carlos Correa, welcome to the Bridgeport Corgis. My team's old. I got an old team. Perez, Simeon, Correa. Valdez, yeah, I got an old team. Bud Black. I mean, yes, I agree with you. This is a much better round to take Roki Sasaki instead of the first round. All right. 10 picks away. I got 10 guys on my board. I'm happy with any of these if they get back to me. Ernie Clement. All right, Harrison Bader. Okay, solid. See how many games he plays this year. All right, Mitch Keller. That was on my board. Now off the board. Colt Emerson. Another minor leaguer. Taking the 9th round. All right, Franco's turn. I got 6 picks away. It's looking like a reliever. Yeah, let me organize this a little bit better here. Casey, what's up with you? Now you had an awful spring training. Yeah, Casey, what are you now? Are you like the 4th starter? Grant Taylor off the board. Okay, I like that pick. Like, I was eyeing Grant Taylor. And now it's my turn. And I don't really have a shortstop. And Joey Ortiz was awful last year offensively. Let's not be this bad this time. Okay? Oh, but I need... You know what? I need saves. I need something on that front. I don't know if I'm going to like this, but all right. Kenley Jansen, welcome to the Bridgeport Corgis. Just adding to the fact that I'm really old. Well, yes, in general. But my team is really old. Get some saves. All right, Godai. All right. Let's start adding to the queue. 41 picks away. God, Jameson Taillon was awful during spring training. I'm anyone else surprised that Lucas Giolito hasn't signed with anyone? Like I'm low key surprised that he is still out there as a free agent. I love how Mike Yastrzemski has a picture. These are projected. Oh, yeah, he's already in my queue. Gaddis is hurt. Okay, let's add some relievers. $34 picks away. I've got 31. Okay. How are we doing with outfield? Mullins, are we going to play every day? That's a question. That's a good question. When you got Castellanos, old friend Gavin Sheets. Brandon Marsh. Oh, yeah. Jeff McNeil is with the Athletics. I keep forgetting about that. What's wrong with Tommy Edman? Not going to be ready for opening day. Is there a better shortstop than that guy? Don't like that. JP, what's wrong with you? All right. He's got a shoulder issue. Okay. I have a feeling I may have a lot of Tigers on my team. All right. Scroll up. That's a good question. How many games at a position last year qualified them for that position this year? I thought it was just like one. We were pretty lenient on that. And 2 days to vote. 1 second here. Let me. I don't think that's the number of lineup periods. 7. That's not right. That's not what we're looking for. Position eligibility. Games needed from previous season to qualify for hitting 20. Games needed for current season 3. That's why you have position players, as long as they have pitched one game the previous year, they qualify as a pitcher. So I know we were pretty lenient on the pitching front. So 3 games. If they play at a position 3 games during the season, they qualify for that position. Last year, 20. Luis Angel Acuna off the board. I'm 23 picks away. Got 38 guys in my queue. All right, let's see. Also, check out my bracket. How are your guys' brackets doing? Barely watched any college basketball yesterday. This doesn't tell me anything. It just tells me. All right. I also like figuring out like the other picks. Like the ESPN simulation is doing well. Okay, that's the best. This is the one. Did I have a bad day yesterday? It looks like I had a bad day yesterday. West crushing. Look at this green. I got one wrong. I got one game wrong. Love it. I only got 2 games wrong in the East. South only got 1 game wrong. Midwest, way off. Getting killed in the Midwest. 4 games out of 8. Yeesh. Right now, Michigan is leading by 5. I forgot how soon it starts. Big Hurt. I didn't have any White Sox players last year. That's why you went to the championship. Sir Anthony Dominguez off the board. Yeah, Southside stand up. Yeah, it spoke a little too soon. The Midwest is a disaster. I think. I still have all Final Four teams though. Duke. I have Duke over Houston. I think playing at home is a huge factor for Houston. And then I have Arizona over Michigan. Duke scared me in that opening game. They did. I have futures bets on Arizona and Michigan, so this bracket's kind of like hedging against my futures bets. But yeah, I had Akron in the Sweet 16. Nope, didn't even come close. That ended up being an awful pick. I was very unconfident with these two matchups: Texas Tech, Akron, Alabama, and Hofstra. Especially with Alabama, one of their best players being arrested. I thought Miami, Ohio could carry it over. Clearly didn't. Never knew what to make of Kentucky this season. So I don't think I have a Cinderella pick. But maybe there are no Cinderellas this year. Maybe this is as far as Cinderella goes as the second round. Yeah, VCU, that was a huge win. SHA. Huge win. What were they down? 19 to come back? All right, 14 picks away. I got 36 guys in my queue. Okay. All right. Oh, I forgot Andrew Vaughn, old friend, was taken. He's going to be the starting first baseman for them, right? Or are they going DH? Vaughn is having a good spring. Well, kind of. Only one extra base hit, that being a home run. All right. He will be their first baseman. What's the situation with Josh Hader? So he's going to be on the injured list to start. Ran out of time to get ready for opening day, but could join. Okay, so that could be a solid addition. Garbage probably going to Chase Mydroth. I know Sam Antonacci's getting picked in this league. I know, I feel it in my bones. He's getting taken. Not in the 10th round, but he's getting taken at some point. Just took my shortstop. Oh, man. No. Then again, having that position flexibility at second and short. But yeah, I still don't have a shortstop. That seems problematic. All right, 9 picks away. Seth Lugo, solid starting pitcher to add in the 10th round. I feel like that's at least 150 innings. He pitched 145. He made 26 starts last year. I wonder if I have to come up with like a formula, like a quality start ratio. Like, what is the percentage of your starts in a season that end up being a quality start for this league? Seth Lugo, 12 quality starts and 26 starts. So maybe you want something that's a little bit higher than 50%. Like, what was Shane Smith last year? 7 for 29. Not a good ratio. So Seth Lugo better on that front. Valdez, 20 of 31. I feel like that's great. And that's why Valdez gets taken early in drafts. Mackenzie Gore had I know he was 5 for 15, but 185 strikeouts and almost 160 innings. 14 out of 30. So, yeah, in that rank, Smith behind. But like Lugo, 12 for 26, that's a good ratio. Maybe I took Shane Smith a little too soon, but I believe in you, Shane. Let's have a season, bud. Love his stuff, love his personality as far as like his mindset coming into this season, really focused. He's just one of those pitchers that you could just tell that while last year was great and was very memorable for him, he wants to be better. He knows that he can be better. Another White Sox player, Austin Hayes. Let's see how many games he does play before he gets traded. I hope that he doesn't get traded because that means the White Sox are still in contention. I think we're approaching that part of talking about the Chicago White Sox where we don't have to focus so much that when they sign free agents, if, how viable are they in the trade market? Is this the Martian Dominguez? Yeah. The guy that Yankees fans have been bragging about forever. Played 123 games last year. And he was. Yeah, Dominguez was sent down. I feel like nobody overrates prospects more than the Dodgers and Yankees, but the Dodgers get far more value out of their prospects than the Yankees do. All right. Zach McKinstry, welcome to the Bridgeport Corgis. You're going to play everywhere for me, bud. Lenyn Sosa, the very next pick. Okay. But yeah, McKinstry, probably my starting shortstop. Super weak, but hopefully he's in the lineup every single day. I don't have a first baseman. I don't even have a first baseman in my queue. Oh, Lord. All right. Ortiz, I'm dropping you. Hold on. Man, is Goldschmidt, is he going to be, he played 146 games last year. Carlos Santana, I feel like, is washed. Scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. Unless you get taken. All right. It's okay to have taking a first baseman in the 11th round, right? I feel like we don't have as quality first baseman as we used to in Major League Baseball. Yeah, let me look that up real quick. All right. Let's set it at 200 plate appearances. How do we? Okay. So we have 51 players that play. The primary position was first base. Lenyn Sosa's on this list because, of course, he split time. So 30 weighted runs created plus. We had 5 first basemen hit 30 homers. Matt Olson was pretty close. So let's drop it to 25. We had 11 first basemen last year hit 25 home runs. What was that like in 2005? Okay. So more guys. Not as many 40 homer guys. All right. Next pick. Pavin Smith, let's play some first base, bud. Let's stay healthy. Welcome to the Bridgeport Corgis, Pavin Smith. All right, I think I have a lineup now. Well, no, I need another outfielder and another utility guy. Oh, blessed. Gurriel, what's wrong with you? All right, you're not going to be ready. Yastrzemski, pink guy. He'll be fine. Jerkson Profar, please. I hope no one takes him in the auto draft. Tommy Pham's still a free agent. Mike Talkman a free agent. Mike Talkman might be done. I have a bad feeling about Brooks Baldwin. This is also part of the draft. Now we're going to start seeing prospect guys. Cole Young taken. Bailey Ober recently taken. All right, 42 picks. I got 31 guys. Let's see. Let's see how many are still on the board. Drake LaRoche is now on auto draft. Gotta love that Bass. Chris Bassett off the board. You never know, Bud Black. You are right. Mathematically doesn't make sense for Jerks and Profar to be drafted. But you never know. I hope not. I wonder if there's a way that I can remove him. Okay, Norby, Jake Cronenworth off the board. Chrome Dog. Tyler Stevenson, Connor Norby. All right, let's take a look at my team again. So Salvador Perez, Pavin Smith, Marcus Simeon, Carlos Correa, Zach McKinstry, Ronald Acuna, Jackson Merrill. My pitching, Framber Valdez, Mackenzie Gore, Shane Smith, and then Kenley Jensen is the one closer I have so far. Is Carson Benj going to what is likely to make the opening day roster? Okay, I love that pick. The Mets option, MJ Melendez. Wow, Benj is having a great spring training. I like that pick a lot for the 11th round. Great find. Stone Ponies. That's a great find. David Peterson, I was kind of hoping he'd come back to me. Didn't happen. All right, Jobu, I'm going to watch to see how Joey Ortiz does. Last year's numbers scared me off. But if Ortiz hits well for you, I'm going to kick myself because he was number one on my queue for a little bit. Yeah, Carson Kelly had a really good season last year. Can he do it again? Yeah, 17 homers from a catcher. $29 picks away. And I also have to think about utility and depth. Because that kills you in this league real fast. Where it's like, hey, I've got 4 healthy guys. 3 of them are first baseman. 1's an outfielder. So that means I can only start 2 of them. So I do like, I like getting McKinstry because he gets eligibility in multiple spots, infield and the outfield, so that helps. All right, Jordan Walker, we've been hearing about you forever. Are you gonna play better? He has no extra base hits this spring. That is not good. 60% ground ball rate. What's going on, Jordan? God, how bad are the Cardinals going to be if Jordan Walker doesn't pick it up? All right, Jordan Crawford, I like that pick, but it sounds like he may not be ready for opening day, but still. Max Muncy. Shane Bieber in the 11th round? All right. He's going to start the year on the injured list, okay? Maybe is that the strategy, Big Hurtin? You take a bunch of pitchers that are in the injured list to start the year, so you stash them away, and then all of a sudden, come June, you're adding all this quality pitching. Is that the play, the lawn play? All right, 24 picks away. And I got 27 guys. Okay, so I'm getting someone on my board. Yeah, it's a lot of IL slots. Yes, that's why I'm asking you about the strategy. If you're just loading up on guys, and then you're going to be in the waiver wire to start the year. I mean, I don't blame you. It's a solid strategy. A bit risky to start the season, but if you have them for more than 2/3 of the season, and if they're healthy for you come playoff time. All right, Canzone. Wow. Canzone, is he going to be a sneaky guy in Seattle that we don't talk a lot about, but has like a great season, like an 840 OPS with a 300 batting average last year in 82 games? Travis Bazzana. I bet we see him in the majors this year. But again, Big Hurtin. Stacking guys in that IL, protecting them. Playing the long game. I see you. I see your strategy. Oh, Braxton did start some games last year. All right, Brooksley, darn. He's in my queues. Someone I was trying to see if he could stick around. I don't know. I don't know like how viable Brooksley is. Offensively he should be okay. Defensively, I don't know if he's got a home. But that position flexibility around the infield would definitely help as far as with roster construction, making sure you got a guy in your lineup that's playing games and can give you an opportunity to produce points for you. And 14 picks away. Let me organize my list here. All right, Brett Beatty. Okay, good pick. Gavin Sheets off the board, old friend. Seeing a lot of Pirates. Tommy Edman. I like that pick. Even though he's hurt, but again, you can stash him away for a little bit. He's going to be the guy that, once he's named off the injured list, all of us in this league are to be looking for him in the waiver wire and being like, oh my gosh, somebody actually had him already. Spencer Horwitz. Solid season last year. See how much playing time Horwitz gets. Yeah, because adding... Well, O'Hearn, if he plays in right field... Okay, Horwitz in first. Okay. Yeah, what are the Blue Jays doing with Jesus Sanchez? Good play in left field. Okay. Good old Lane Thomas. Bryce Eldridge. All right, he's being sent to the minor leagues. Okay, so that's another guy you're stashing away. But still a young guy. He's only 21. All right, 7 away. What's the status of Hunter Green? I thought Hunter Green was hurt. Oh, I took Severino. All right. Let's bolster the bullpen here. Garrett Whitlock, welcome to the Bridgeport Corgis. Continue picking up holds, bud. I mean, well, last year's opening day starter. Hunter Green's out until July. Yeah, you're going to have to put him on the IL. He's getting bone chips removed from his right elbow. So, yeah, he's out until July. But if that procedure goes well and he's strong and you're in a good spot, you're going to like having Hunter Green join your team halfway through this season. So I get it. Like in the 12th round, that could be an upside play. You're dependent on Bud Black, your guy, Luis Severino. Yes. Yeah, that's why I was a little if Severino, if you didn't take Severino, I was going to take Severino. So you took him right before I picked Whitlock. But yes, to get an opening day start in the 12th round is excellent. His home and away splits. Crazy. Hold on, we have to look this up because I just laughed every time, and it's like, well, you signed with I'm hoping that you knew that it could have been wild when you signed that contract. Oh my gosh. Fangraphs, why do we have ads in the weirdest spot? All right. So, yeah, almost an even split in innings. I was expected FIP was supposedly worse away than home. So the advanced metrics say it was a lot closer. But like his ERA last year was 6 at home, on the road 3. FIP tells a different story, but we don't use FIP, we use ERA in this league. 10 picks away from my next pick. Oh, yeah, okay. All right, you had Severino. Oh, the password was taken. It would start the year in AAA. Man, he had a huge opening spring training. All right, Rhys Hoskins off the board. 8 picks away. Max Clark. I feel like Clark's close. Yeah, he's going to be in the minor leagues. Not on the 40-man roster yet. Okay. So he needs to be added, but I still feel like he's close. Will Warren, Brady House, 3 picks away. I feel like I'm going to continue bolstering my bullpen here. Have we gotten any news from the White Sox? It'll be probably later this afternoon while we're all watching college basketball. I'll be watching some college baseball. The next draft report will be featuring video from the Liam Peterson versus Justin LeBron matchup Friday night. Those were really the only at-bats that went well for Peterson, as Alabama shut out Florida 6-0 last night. Detroit has cut Austin Slater. So if you're watching live stream in the draft room, do not draft Austin Slater. He does not have a team right now. All right, Sean Burke off the board. I like that pick. Harry Ford. All right. Brad Keller, old friend. Welcome to the Bridgeport Corgis. So I got 2 guys. I like the saves hold situation here with Keller and Whitlock. I think that's where they could help me. So with the combined categories of Jansen, Whitlock, and Keller, I feel pretty solid in my bullpen as far as strength-wise. So maybe that's an area that I can attack and, win is if the relievers can help me out with the ERA, the whip, and the saves holds. If I can win those 3 categories, then I have at least a weekly plan on how to win weeks. Josh, how do my Texas Longhorns look this season? They have a good record, but haven't heard anything prospect-wise. They don't have a ton of prospects this year to be considered as far as first round. They are just a solid team, very deep. Lost a tough game last night at Auburn as the 9th inning got crazy town banana pants. Texas scored 2 runs in the top of the 9th. Auburn scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th, and Auburn won 4-3. Texas, I think, is going to be one of the top 8 teams this year. That's important. Not only will they host regionals, but they'll host super regionals. They are strong enough to make it to Omaha to the College World Series. If they don't make it to super regionals, I'd be shocked. Oh man, Santander is hurt. Austin Slater just got cut. All right, let me look that up real quick for you. My 2027 draft board is not as solid as my 2026, even though 2026 I'm currently updating. Hold on, I'm bringing up my list here of who I like. I am 33 picks away. Yeah, even on YouTube, if you guys got draft questions, be more than happy to talk some MLB drafts while we wait for picks. Yeah, Dylan Volantis, the pitcher. He's a sophomore. He's going to be. So he was Baseball America's Freshman of the Year. So Volantis, who has just been outstanding this season. Let me look real quick. Yeah, 29 innings in 5 starts this year, 40 strikeouts, 8 walks. Let me bring this over here. This is a dude. Like, he was a dude last year pitching out of the bullpen for Texas. He's been great. Everything that you need. 6'6", throws hard. The 2027 MLB draft is a big focus on college pitching. If you are in the top 10 picks in next year's draft, you're probably looking at the college starting pitching. The college starting pitching might be the best college starting pitching class we've seen in a long time. And Volantis is definitely up there on the top. I think Dax Whitney for Oregon State is the number one guy, but it's just a lot of quality. LSU's got a couple of guys, Kason Evans and William Schmidt. But yeah, how did Volantis do yesterday? Oh, he didn't go yesterday. Does he go today? Yeah, this is a guy to watch out for Auburn. Marciano having a great season. Transfer. 9 strikeouts, only 2 hits allowed in 7 innings. But yeah, you see this box score is 1-1 in the 9th inning. Texas scores 2. They're up 3-1. They end up losing 4-3. It was a crazy way to end that game. So Volantis going today. No, Volantis is going to go on Sunday. Okay. Yeah, when Volantis is your Sunday starter, you're in great shape. What is going on here? Hold on. This is not loading up. 22 picks away. Baez was optioned. Okay. I'm trying to figure out Big Hurt strategy. Like, if I lose 2 or more pitching categories to Big Hearn this year, I'm going to be upset with myself. It's going to be hard to beat him on the offensive side. So I get it. Like, I see the path, Big Hearn. And you take Justin Steele. Another guy. Another guy to stash in the IL. Okay. All right. Put a big bullseye of Big Hearn this year. All right. All right. Sassoni, how is he looking so far? I like this pick. 11 quality starts last year in 23. That's a good ratio. I remember Matt Brash pitching a heck of a game against the White Sox. What was it, a couple years ago as a starter? But now he's full-time bullpen. All right, Kyle Harrison. See how many starts he gets this year for Milwaukee. All right, what's your question? Sorry. Texting James right now as far as our podcasting plans. Yeah, Volantis is that's the other thing too. Everyone looks that he went to because he's from Westlake, that he went to Harvard Westlake, but he was not a Harvard Westlake guy. Let me look that up. How many college pitchers do I have right now circled for the Yeah, Brendan Lawson as well for Florida. He'll be one of the top position players. All right. Yeah, Noah Franco, TCU. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I got 7 guys. 7 college pitchers in my top 10 for next year. Heavy on college pitching. And we'll see where the White Sox are. We'll see where Major League Baseball is entering 2027. I think Well, they would not have. If there's a lockout, they would not have the MLB draft. It would be delayed. But while I do think that there will be a lockout in Major League Baseball, I'm confident they're going to play 162 games in 2027. There could be a delay. Some series may have to be pushed back, but I don't think they'll miss any games. It's just the off season is going to be weird. All right, one more pick. I'm doing here. All right, let's take a gamble. Tyler Tolbert. Welcome to the Bridgeport Corgis. Mostly just a pinch runner, but I'm hoping he gets a little bit more time this year. Let me look this up real quick. How spring training stats are doing. Okay, no, not great. Not great spring training. Six or 29. No extra base hits. Am I stashing someone? But yeah, Tolbert would help me with stolen bases if he gets more playing time. So that's why I'm gonna take a risk. I like Anthony Kay. Okay, I like Anthony Kay in the 14th round. He's gonna get a lot of opportunities to start games for the White Sox this year. Seven picks, 10 guys in my queue. All right. Who is the best player? So Zebby Matthews, who's been demoted. Ian Seymour, non-reliever. Christian Javier, are you healthy? What is Reed Detmers doing now? Is he a starter or is he a reliever? It looks like he's a reliever. Yeah. A bit of a shocker. Man, I liked him a lot. Jared Jones coming back in late May. Charlie Condon. Okay, Justin Verlander. Okay. 3 more picks. Okay, Snelling. What's his role going to be in Miami? In the minor leagues. Okay. All right, Seymour Weaver went off the board. All right. McGreevy, welcome to the Bridgeport Corgis. And some more starting pitching for my team. A 4th starter. He's going to be St. Louis's number 3, it sounds like. So that's why I'm adding him on the team. Hopefully he gives me at least 25 starts this upcoming season. So Gore, Smith, Valdez, and McGreevy are my starting pitchers. Jansen, Whitlock, and Keller are my relievers. I feel better about my pitching than I do about my lineup right now. My lineup is Acuna and Merrill and a bunch of old guys. Pavement Smith's not an old guy. And then, yeah, we do have a minor league spot on the roster, so a lot of people have been using the minor league spot. Hey, old friend, Adrian Hauser. All right, 36 more picks. Let's see. Spencer Jones. The Dart, Davis Martin off the board. That's it. That's good value in the 15th round, especially if he gives you another 140 innings. Opportunity to get some. I mean, we don't do innings, but Davis Martin can still get you some quality starts. Let's see here. 9 quality starts out of 25 games started last year. So in round 15, you take it. How does the rest of your starting rotation look like, Jim? So you got Davis, Matt Burrows, Clay Holmes, Cole Reagans. Okay. Oh. Perez off the board. Darn it. I'm looking for outfielders. And the pool is low. Yeah, I'll even take the super utility guys, sure. Martinez is a bench guy. You're not Zach Littell. That's a good pick. I like that. All right, 29 picks away. We're in round 15. It's only been a couple hours for the live stream. Making pretty good progress. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we got some Texas beef in the draft chat. Now, guns up. Is that Texas Tech or Oklahoma State? Doggone. One dog. I'm thinking Texas Tech. I got a chance to experience my first Texas A&M baseball game when I went to Arlington to see Rock Chalowski. Great fans. Got to even see the ball five, the ball six chant. That's brutal. Brutal. They were facing Virginia Tech, and a freshman was on the mound, and they were clearly impacted by the very loud chanting. Because Texas A&M would roll like 10,000 deep, which in that stadium feels like half filled. But for a college baseball game, that's the most fans that a lot of teams are going to be playing in front of. Usually, college baseball stadiums only hold like a couple thousand. But yeah, Texas A&M fans, great baseball fans. Mississippi State fans, doesn't matter the sport, they are brutal to officials, brutal to umpires. That's a tough crowd. They love their team though. Love their team. Tough crowd if you're an umpire or a referee. Yeah, lots of Texas talk. In the 16th round of the 32-team Sox Machine Fantasy Baseball League, we got 22 rounds. So we were all taking 22 players. And as you can see in the 16th round, depth is becoming an issue. And again, this is the great experiment. Is there enough quality players in Major League Baseball to merit expansion? Like, the expansion teams, if they didn't lose 100 games, I think that would be a great season for them. And I think with OOTP, that computer simulation game, you can add expansion teams to a league and you can go through the expansion draft and you can progress in your managerial career that way. And it's tough. I mean, it's fun to be participating in the expansion draft, and see what players the computer would protect or leave unprotected, and then you draft from there. I think I did it a few years ago, pretending that Portland was an expansion team and the best player available was Luis Ariz. All right, Jojo Romero, he was part of my queue. 16 picks away, and I have 10 guys. So let's hopefully that they stay on here. The best player available is Lucas Giolito, who doesn't have a team. Lots of pitchers. And then you're looking at minor leaguers that have already been optioned. But yeah, this has been moving pretty smooth. So thanks to everyone that's participating in this league. And there's Lucas Giolito auto drafted. Yeah, so this is the problem now with the auto drafts is you're going to have to weed out and do some team management. Wow, back to back, just like that. You guys knew right away who you wanted. Danny Jansen. All right, Stone Ponies, what you thinking? 10 picks away. Yeah, 17 seconds is the average time per pick for the league. So great job, everyone. Oh, Yomer Sanchez getting sent down by the Angels. Poor guy. He's been working hard to try stay in the majors, but after winning a gold glove, I just don't think he's going to get another chance. It's just teams are just not very confident in the bat. I think he picked up a save last year for the AAA team, the Bees. I'm asking everyone around, can Brooks Baldwin throw a baseball? And it's not looking good. Not looking good for Brooks Baldwin. Kind of a bummer. Oh, and there goes Goldschmidt. Okay. I was trying to be sneaky, trying to see if I can. I kept pushing him back, pushing him back. All right, I'm 3 picks away. I got 7 guys. All right, and then Hank Fury's going to be put on auto pick soon. Any Roadrunners? I don't know. See, the Roadrunners have been playing good baseball. Roadrunners are a dangerous team. So is UT Arlington. Like, these are teams that might get into the regionals that I don't know if you want to play them. All right, my turn. JJ Bleday. Welcome to the Bridgeport Corgis. Don't be ass. Play well enough to actually get starts. All right, let me bring up my draft. No. Sorry, it's a big database for the... I think it's a lot of guys after the 5th round. Yeah, because next weekend they're playing East Carolina. And that was a bigger series to start the year. All right, 11 picks. I got 5 guys. Yeah. And the other thing, too, is that they're pretty senior heavy. Like Drew Detlefson, senior. And usually with seniors, it's like it's like $150,000. Oh, is the site lagging? I don't know. It's still picking up for me, Franco. And you just got Jordan Hicks. I like that pick. Yeah, so for going to see UTSA, this guy, Lane Haworth. So he's a junior outfielder, transferred from Wichita State, 21 walks to 9 strikeouts. Doesn't have a lot of power. But he's got really good contact skills. He's got good plate discipline. Understands the strike zone. That's someone I would be watching. I mean, again, you're probably looking between the 7th to 12th rounds. But just on the college level, he's got a huge batting average. He's batting well above 400. From like a baseball perspective, for the White Sox, who are lacking in outfield depth right now across the minor league system, maybe that is someone that you do take in the 7th round, that you know that just based on the contact and strike zone discipline, maybe plays themselves into becoming a fringe 4th outfielder. All right, Brady Montgomery off the board, using that minor league slot. I think that's a good usage of the minor league slot. All right, my turn. All right, let's continue adding some position player depth. Davis Schneider, I know you'll hit. I don't know if you'll do well defensively. All right. Kumar Rocker. Oh, that's a good pick. Probably should consider that. Corbin Burns. Is Corbin going to pitch? Well, he threw a bullpen session. Okay. All right, so he's getting there. Tanner Scott. Okay. There's Sam Antonacci, 17th round. I knew it. I knew someone was going to take him. Maybe help if I can actually spell. Five more players I'm adding. Is that Blaze? Yes, it is. All right, Caratini off the board. I just need... See, I also need depth. All right. 22 picks away. Let's see here. Yeah, Charlie Moore, I thought retired, but Emmanuel Class A. Kind of surprised no one's taken him yet in the auto draft. Maybe I'm foreshadowing something. Hmm. 17 picks. I got 16 guys. All right, let's see. Let's see how these final. What, four? What do I got? 5 picks. 5 more picks. 5 more guys adding. And then we'll be finally done. But yeah, again, 32 teams. This is what draft day looks like. Oh, Elder went off the board. Okay, I just added him. Foster Griffin, okay. Sosa's a good depth piece. Oh, I like the Hunter Harvey pick. I had him in my off-season plan project. All right, Michigan's only up by 5. Man, if Michigan were to go out, that'd break a lot of brackets. Old friend Mike Soroka. Oh, Hagen Smith, you jerk. Teal your girl. You just tealed my prospect. Oh, you took Pajes. Okay, now you're taking guys, and I'm like circling. Okay, I see you all. All right, 2 picks. Let me get my minor league guy. All right, stashing Elmer Rodriguez, starting pitcher for the Yankees. He's on their 40-man roster. The Yankees have been dealing with starting pitching issues. When another injury comes up on the starting rotation, I think Elmer Rodriguez is going to get an opportunity. So that's I'm taking him in the 18th round. So I've got my minor league guy. I got my guy that I'm stashing. Now it's focusing on continuing to build depth. And I feel like I don't have a lot of depth on the position player side. I feel like a lot of us are in that situation. And I really wish the White Sox made up their minds in their outfield. No, not. Joey Gallo. A 60-day IL for Romy Gonzalez. Jason Hayward is still in the league? Good Lord. Why is Billy Carlson being taken in any draft league? Unless it's Dynasty, then okay, I can understand that. Jetixon Paez. All right, someone's wishful thinking. Making the bullpen. Tristan Gray. This is where we are in the 32 team league when trying to find depth. All right. All right. Let's add to the pitching depth. Let's get Lorenzen. Not sure how he's going to do in Colorado, but he'll pitch on the road. So maybe I just save him for the road starts. Oh no, Jacob Gonzalez. Oh no, not Jacob. Oh man, Jacob is buried in the White Sox depth chart. Yeah, I got 41 picks, man. All right. So let's take a look at my team. So Salvador Perez, Pavin Smith. I need Pavin to play every day. Simeon, we'll see if he bounces back. Correa, McKinstry, really worried about shortstop. Acuna, Merrill, Tolbert may not play that much, but if he does, he gets stolen bases. JJ Bleday, and then Davis Schneider. I'm weak. I know I'm weak on the position player front. Pitching side, I feel pretty good. Mackenzie Gore, Shane Smith, Framber Valdez, Kenley Jansen, Garrett Whitlock, Brad Keller, Michael McGreevy, Michael Lorenzen. So I'm feeling good on the starting front, and I'm feeling good as far as relievers. Like I feel good that I'm gonna be tough on the pitching categories. Offensively, we'll see. And yeah, Austin Slater just got cut. Thank you. I'm getting compliments in the draft chat for doing the live stream, so you guys can see and scout who I'm going to be picking next. But I enjoy doing this. This is my favorite fantasy league of the year because it's so tough. It could be a bit draining. Oh, yeah, I forgot Brian Ramos is with Baltimore. Especially at this stage where it's just like, where do we find guys? Where do you continue to find depth? Yeah, and like I'm just looking down the list. Like Chris Bryant, is Chris Bryant alive? No. He may have to. He may have to retire. Nick Madrigal's with the Angels. I forgot about that. I'm glad I can make you laugh, Lawrence. Of A's Arabia. Nick Madrigal already reassigned to the minors. Well done. 3,000 hits, though. Still a possibility. Optioned. We're going to be carrying some minor leaguers. Yeah, the waiver wire is going to be important. Making sure that we just even have depth in the position player front. Who is Prelander Burrow? Is he alive? No, he should get some. He should get some time. He's closer than some of the other guys. I think he's closer than Drew Thorpe. Yeah. How many career hits does Nick Madrigal have? Yeah, 19 hits in 2024. He's got, yeah, you're right. He's going to be lucky to reach 300. He's got 238 hits. Nick Madrigal 5'7". Not a chance. Not a chance. Still maintain, if he didn't get hurt with the White Sox, that there was something there. Just didn't work out. So 9 picks away, and I got at least 9 guys. And Michigan's up by 11. They're starting to create some space. So for those that are looking at your brackets, don't have to sweat as hard right now. Actually, on St. Louis, I think Robbie Avila, he is one of the White Sox NIL players. Bobby Dahlbeck, not on a team. Yeah, the auto draft guys, they're going to have some guys who are going to have to cut in. All right. Gosh, I'm picking this guy because I've got a feeling he's going to be on the 26-man roster. Derek Hill, welcome to the White Sox. Followed by old friend John Brebbia. Well, that's good to know. So we can move guys to the minor league spot right now? Okay. Let's see. Can I Google fast enough? Because now in the 21st round, I don't know teams like 26-man roster crunch as well as I wish. I am just like going to the depths of roster resource right now. I'm 6 picks away. I'm hustling. Because I need infielders. 3 picks away. All right, 2 picks. All right, a little Jock Peterson. Oswald Peraza, welcome to the Bridgeport Corgis. Play some spots in the infield. Get some starts at shortstop, so I have a backup shortstop. Oh, that would actually be a good one if he is still around. 39 picks. We got 30 picks. Oh, man. Yeah, Big Kern, that's a good question with Payne Paulette. And something, if Paulette really strives with Cleveland and let's say even has like good outings against the White Sox, that's going to be some. It's just the White Sox didn't. The impression that I get, and even James has provided insight as well, is they just weren't that high on Payne Paulette. But then they took 2 Rule 5 guys, already gave one back. I thought Barucki pitched well. I think it could help to have more of a veteran bullpen to at least start the season. So yeah, the roster configuration right now for the White Sox, this is the type of stuff that we used to get on Rick Hahn a lot. Because I just thought he really mismanaged the 40-man roster because that impacted how obviously the 26-man roster works. And that's why I'm kind of like waiting to see in what the White Sox do as far as what the final 26-man roster looks like. Charlotte Knight should be good to at least start the season. Hey, Aaron Bummer. Ooh, Walker Bueller could be a good pick. Big Curtain. Because I think he's going to get every opportunity to be in the starting rotation with San Diego. Lawrence wishing everyone luck. Thank you, sir. You too. Yeah, Gregory Soto is trying to wait and wait. That's a good pick. Well, Eric Fetty, actually, I missed that. Okay, so here come the pitchers. So starting the 13th round, nothing but pitchers for Big Hurton. First 12 rounds, all position players. Okay, I see your strategy. I see your strategy. Rock Chalowski. This is... Okay, that's good. I was not expecting Rock Chalowski to be taken in the 22nd round of our draft. The final pick, but I like it. It's quite the mic drop. Yeah, watch. Suddenly this becomes a keeper league and oh, I got Rock now. All right. Last pick. Yeah, this is just simply going to be a depth pick. Logan Allen in the last pick. I feel like that's good. Like in the 22nd round as far as quality goes. Oh, are we freezing here? Yeah, we could be freezing here. 1 second. Let me refresh the draft room. Watch, it's my pick. Well, yes, that's what I'm trying to do. Well, having technical difficulties in the last round. Not a bad thing. Yes, reload. I might be screwed. I may have to make this pick on my phone, which doesn't help you in the live stream. Oh no, what happened? All right. I may have to make this pick on my phone. One moment. Wow, I just got there in time. And yeah. So I took Ramon Reyes as my last pick of the draft. Emmanuel Clase was the next pick after me. So yeah, the guy who auto drafted has got some work to do as far as roster construction. And hopefully I have enough depth. That's when you're in 32 team league, the depth is so crucial to be able to play guys that will actually play games for you every day, so you can get a chance to accumulate points, especially on the offensive side, so you're not so dependent on your heavy hitters like Ron Acuna Jr., Jackson Merrill are my two heavy hitters in this lineup. Maybe the veterans guys, Salvador Perez, can pick it up. Carlos Correa, we'll see what he does as he gets more shortstop opportunities. But yeah, I think Fantrax just died on me. So that'll be it as far as the live stream. So I'll post on social media as far as what my final roster looks like. But best of luck to everyone in the Sox Machine 32 team league. I hope you enjoyed as far as watching along and playing along during the live stream. And we'll have more videos coming your way and more stories on SoxMachine.com once we get final news and what the White Sox final 26-man roster is heading to opening day and start making our predictions for the upcoming season. But for SoxMachine.com,